Good morning, everybody, and welcome to a very gloomy Okokoyo in Namibia. And of course, thank you so much for joining us on Escape to Nature and spending your Tuesday with us. My name is Lisa. I will be your waterhole naturalist for the day. And of course, keeping an eye on Okokoyo as well as the Juma Dam Cam, making sure we don't miss out on any visitors. But as I said, it is a fairly gloomy day today in Okokoyo. We have not really had any visitors yet. I've seen 2 springbok, so woohoo, we're off to a good start. But I was mentioning to FC as well, I would love to see a predator at Okokoyo. That would really make my day. So it's going to be very interesting to see what today will hold.
Mass of stripes. You can certainly see now when they're all clustered together like that, it becomes very, very difficult to isolate an individual. If you're a predator and you want to focus on one animal, it would be very, very hard to pick out who's who here. And as they sort of move behind one another, it becomes very much like an optical illusion and very, very difficult to pick an individual. And you might notice, even if you see some of the smaller ones, they are characteristically have very, very long legs, the foals here, and that we believe is an adaptation to help against predation as well. By having long legs, it means that their belly height is the same as the adults almost from birth, and thus they do not stick out and they're harder for a predator to visualize and may help them in terms of safety. Okay, we might get a nice little mud bath here. Everybody get ready for some entertainment, I hope. We just got a big whiff of his must. It does have a very sort of acrid scent. It's a very difficult thing to kind of explain to you what he smells like, but once you've smelt an elephant bull in must, you'll never not recognize that smell again. It's a sweet but acrid smell in the air, and it's a very important smell to learn out here. So if you are on a walk and you smell that, take very good note of the wind direction and keep your wits about you. So not to say that every musting bull elephant is going to be aggressive, but the chances are that they might be a little less tolerant than an unmusting bull elephant, certainly.
So this is a pretty big boy, and he is following a whole herd, but you can't even see them because they're in these kind of subtropical thickets that are everywhere on Amakhala. And he's just slowly moving along, feeding, picking things out of the grass that he thinks are going to be tasty. But yet another big boy with a broken tusk. You can't see it because you can see the tusk on this side, but on the other side he's also got a break up into the lip, just like Afstad. Except Afstad is broken on this side and not the other side. So there's definitely a very big Ellie boy somewhere around here that is breaking the tusks of slightly smaller ones in all of these fights. And one of my favorite things about the of the elephants here at Amakhala is their color. So underneath, the skin color is the same as any elephants that you'll find in Africa. But the dust is so red here that the elephants look red. They stand out like a sore thumb because they've bathed themselves in this really red clay soil. And it's such a fine dust that it creates. I mean, I know this dust gets in everywhere. So imagine how good that is for his skin, even on an overcast day, having had a bit of a sun bathe and a dust bathe. He would have coated himself completely, protecting him from pests like flies, but even from the sun, if the sun does decide to come out. Guys, I can't get my words out today. So they just look really interesting. I think our patience just finally paid off on the side in Amakhala. 2 lionesses out in the open Now on the other side. So previously we were sitting on the far side of those bushes behind them, down on the bank. Now we're up on the top. And I spotted them as we were coming down from the elephants to see maybe if the lions had moved. I'm very happy that at least the lionesses have. We haven't yet glimpsed the cubs or the male again, but at least we've got some lions. I've been doing a bit of reading on these two girls. It seems like they were introduced here in December of 2021, so not that long ago. And they're from the same pride, but they're not from the same litter. So that one that's sitting up with the collar on, she's a little bit older than the lioness that's lying down, who is the mum of the cubs. But speaking of all the colors, as much as they're from the same pride, you can see very similar features in the face and their shape. But their color is so different. That one sitting up is quite a bit lighter. She's paler than the reddish looking one on the floor. Just a random little sidebar since we were talking about the colors on the elephants.
Alright, and we've got ourselves a huge elephant bull right here next to the vehicle. So if you were able to be with us just the other day, when was it? Yesterday actually. I think this might be the same bull, the chap with one tusk. And he is a monster. I'm zoomed all the way out here. See, he's just stopping, just doing a little bit of smelling. Wow, he is super close. This is incredible. He's probably just a few meters from the vehicle. So we have repositioned and we are in the prime spot. This elephant has come out of the thickets right onto the top of the ridge line, and we've managed to get in front of him, and he's going to come straight towards the vehicle. You can see he is following the road. He knows that we're here. He can smell us. From this distance he can most likely see us. So he's 100% comfortable. He's probably just going to assess what to do once he gets a little bit closer. You can see what he's doing there. He's really just faffing around there. But as he does get closer, I'm more than likely just going to keep my voice down and just allow him to do his thing. I am zoomed out all the way just to give you a perspective of how close he is starting to get. This is absolutely incredible. The sound of his feet on the ground here is amazing. He's only a few meters away at the moment now. He is right here. Wow.
I have no idea who's the aviation operator here, but they really have their stuff together, because not one of these birds have collided. As I often say with the with the quillias too, I would not be able to be one of them, at least not a functional bird. I would definitely by now have collided with one of them, because look at that, they literally cross paths when they go down. But thank you so much for spending your time with us today. Thank you for your questions, your comments, your suggestions. Please do stay tuned, and definitely do join us this afternoon for Sunset Safari. And again, send us your questions, comments, suggestions, everything. You guys are absolutely brilliant, and thank you so much for spending your Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? Yes, your Tuesday with us. We'll see you again tomorrow, same time, same place. And hopefully we'll have a lot of brilliant things to look at again tomorrow. Goodbye.